This is Mon Health Talk, providing a window into the Mon Health system and the dedicated healthcare providers who work there. If you'd like to comment or ask a question, please call 304-296-0041.
Dr. Melinda Cooper, Mon Health Primary Care, is our guest this morning. We've been talking about well child visits. Let's talk about the parents for just a moment. They're obviously going to be there for the visit as well. So what should parents be asking? What kind of questions do the parents need to ask you during these visits?
Well, honestly, anything that they have any concerns over, I always encourage them to, make a list, write down things in between times. And I, get lots of questions from what to expect in terms of the next stages of development for younger kiddos. Is my kid growing appropriately? Healthy eating habits, sometimes toddler age when they get to be picky eaters. How can we incorporate other, different foods? A lot of questions about behaviors and whether things are appropriate or not for their child, and, different ways of parenting and helping with that. So really anything that they have concerns over is perfect place to say, is this the right thing to be doing? Is my child doing great?
What kind of information can they give you during the visit that helps you understand the child a little bit better or understand what's going on? How can they help you in the process?
I think the biggest thing is just, understanding they're the ones that are there with the children day in and day out. So they're the best people to be advocates and to notice when there is a change in their child's behaviors. And so if I have a parent that has a concern and they've seen something change at home that I'm not seeing them often enough to see if that's much of a change. But if the parent's concerned, that to me is definitely a red flag that I need to look a little bit more into this. And so for the parents to be able to provide as much information about what's happening day in and day out in their lives is very helpful.
To kind of double back on something we touched on in the previous segment, you seeing the same patients and the same child year after year, you build that relationship. The same goes with the parents as well, right? You're building a relationship with mom and dad just as much as you are the patient, the kid you're seeing.
Absolutely, very much so. And I think that's we can all work together as a team when we have that trust together.
All right, at the top of the show, we mentioned summer is a busy time. You see a lot of those child visits during the summer. So how far out do you need to schedule this? Do you need to be making those appointments today, right now?
A lot, it depends on the provider schedule. With my schedule, I know for well visits, they do take a little bit longer time. So usually trying to make sure we're at least a month out from when you have that deadline to get things turned in for school is important to try to do. We definitely can try to work some stuff in if we need to, but yeah, at least trying to give us a month's notice to get calls and appointments scheduled. And I think it's great to even go ahead and schedule their visit for the year after every time when they leave too.
You just go ahead and get it on the calendar. And you mentioned school.
Yes.
You take care or can take care of all those, I know there are vaccination requirements. A lot of kids will be getting those, they got to get their sports physicals. That seems like that's, you can double up and kill a couple of birds with one stone there, couldn't you?
Absolutely. If I'm seeing the same kids year after year for well child visits, that is what we need to do. Really, they also account for filling out their sports physical forms, and we do all of their vaccinations that are needed at the well visits. So it's getting it all taken care of at one time.
So how can people get a hold of your office, schedule a visit, or get more information, ask questions? How do they get a hold of you?
So my office is located at the Medical Park office building with Wedgwood Primary Care. Our phone number is 304-599-9400, or they can schedule online at monhealth.com/primary care. Again,
that website, monhealth.com/primary care. Dr. Melinda Cooper, Mon Health Primary Care, has been our guest this morning. Dr. Cooper, enjoy the conversation. Thanks so much. And you come back anytime you want. You just tell them I want to come on the show, and then we'll put you on whenever you feel like it.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
All right. Dr. Melinda Cooper, Mon Health Primary Care, our guest this morning. And again, you can get more information, monhealth.com/primary care.